good morning. Today is November 11th, so 11/11. Everybody make a wish. And I am here to give you my update on what I worked on in October 2024 and the beginning of November and what I have planned coming up for December. Most of this is going to be about my cross stitch, and then I did go to the Taylor Swift Eras tour 2 weekends ago in Indianapolis. So at the end, I'm going to show some pictures and talk about the special cross stitch that I worked on while I was there, and show some of the bracelets that I made and that I traded, and talk about it like that. So here is Jack. Jack now knows the system. As soon as I've got my chair over here, he was ready to jump right up into my arms. So, all right, you ready to get down? He's not ready to get down, but that's okay. All right, so yeah, let's jump right into it. I know that in the last video, I had hoped to have a bunch of my finishes fully finished, and the pile is still right here next to me of all the frames that I've picked out for each stitch, and that didn't get done. The most that I did was I did get my Halloween Tiny Town. I can't remember what they call it. I don't think they call it Halloween. Spooky? I don't remember. Anyway, I did get this on some foam board with some flat pins. So then I just kind of like propped it up on the shelf. And then I will probably do the same thing for the Thanksgiving one, but yeah, I did not get as much done in October as far as my cross-stitching plans as I had hoped. Making bracelets takes a lot longer than you probably think that it does. So there was a significant amount of time spent making friendship bracelets. I made elastic bracelets, and I made memory metal bracelets, so they just like snap back on. Yeah, I ended up taking 110 bracelets. So that was, I guess, a finish that I had was well, I made more than 110 because I gave some to my friends before I even left. So I probably made like 120, 130 Taylor Swift friendship bracelets. So that was a lot of fun, but did take up a lot of time. So there were several fall stitches that I hope to work on that just got axed. And then, you know, that was on, so I went to that, I was in Indianapolis from 31 October to 2 November, and then like come back, and you've got the election, and last weekend, was that this week? Yeah, and then this past weekend. Yeah, so November has started out in a blur, as you can tell. I don't foresee making a November wrap up, so I think that what I'm just going to do, and I mean also it would be hard because I think a lot of it is just going to be starting to work on Christmas stuff. So I think I'm just going to make this my like October, half of November review, and then the next video will be in January, and that will be a end of November and December wrap up. And then I know that somewhere in there I'm going to do a whip parade where I pull things out of the archive. But all right, so yeah, that was the only, I don't have any fully finished items. I do have, I think I only have one finish. So, oh well. All right, so my one finish is the, let's see, is the October mini, and this is from the Primrose Cottage monthly minis. And so this is October. I thought that one was so cute. And this is being stitched on 28 count linen, and the color is Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. And so I just have this one and the September one, and then I'm about halfway through with the November one. So I'll show that right now. So that was the only finish I have for October. Oh, I'll put up a picture of what the November one looks like because the book is hard to show without showing the pattern. But this is where I'm at right now with its little turkeys. They're looking really cute. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have this probably finished in the next week. So, you know, barring anything else, this should definitely be a finish by my next video. So I just have like a plate stand where September, October, and November are just kind of being displayed in the entry to my house. All right, so then my next October monthly piece was October's Marigold by Cottage Garden Samplings, part of the My Garden Journal, and I can't believe I didn't finish it. I didn't even get close to finishing it. This one just, I just didn't finish it. So it'll be archived, meaning I'm just going to move on to November, and then I would say, you know, if I had extra time in November that I would finish it, but I know that I won't. I'll be lucky to finish November. So here is the November one. This one's called November's Chrysanthemum. And like I said, I'm not even going to really push myself to get this done because I know that November, it's already going and it's about to be over tomorrow. So then I have a couple projects that I had hoped to work on in November and either put just a few stitches in or didn't get to them, and so they're just going to get archived, which means I'm just going to put them away until next year. I'll pull them back out. So I put the pattern, the whip, and then any of the little papers, the legend that I put in my thread bed. Those also just get put in the package, and then I have a basket where I keep all of these. Okay, so this one is the Memento Mori by Satsuma Street, and I had hoped to work on this during Dia de los Muertos, but that was, you know, the day that I saw Taylor, so it just didn't really happen. I was working on my Taylor project, so I think I just put a few stitches in there one of the days that I pulled it out. So I think the next time that we would see this would be in April for Cinco de Mayo. Work on it in April and May, and yeah, I think I just picked out way too many fall pieces. I just got really excited about fall, and it just wasn't meant to be. So the next one that I'm putting away until next year is the Festive Little Fobs. This is by Heartstring Samplery, and I had a pretty sad start on the wreath. I think this is like 16 stitches. And I was ambitious because I had several pieces of fabric cut up and ready to make a bunch of these, and that just did not happen. So let me look at my database and see what this is being stitched on. Alright, so this was supposed to be stitched on a 20 count Aida. The color is Vintage Country Mocha. I actually didn't stitch on these in October at all. So I'm still really excited about this pattern, and hopefully next year I can jump in earlier, not go see Taylor and have extra time. But I am going to keep the fabric that I had already cut, even though I hadn't started on a couple pieces of it, just because I definitely do want to work on this, and I've already mentally picked out the fabric, so that will all just stay together. The other one that I did not start at all was the Heart in Hand Harvest Frill. I had hoped to put this out with the Harvest Tiny Town. I picked out the fabric for it. I did not start on it at all. So I'll just keep this ready to go for next year. And then the other piece that's being archived is my Haunted Bat from I think Creepy Cross Stitch by Tuscan Cardinal, and I didn't work on it any further in October, so that will get put aside until next year. All right, another piece that is going to get archived that I didn't touch at all is the Autumn Pin Drum by Kathy Barrick. I had really wanted to work on this, and I just didn't get pulled out, so it will go back in the archive, and it's going to keep the thread that I bought specifically for this. I bought it for it last year, so it's just going to keep it until next year when, you know, maybe I won't be as ambitious. All right, then another one that didn't get very far on is the Whispers of the Forest, the Toadstool. And this is by Autumn Familiar. I got this far on it, 75 stitches, and this is being stitched on a 32 count Opal linen. The color is Leshy by Under the Sea Fabrics. It is designed by one of my friends, so I wanted to work on it, but just ran out of time. So I'm probably going to keep this kitted because there's also a moth, and they all use the same thread and the same fabric, and I think she's got 2 more that she's about to release. So I'm just going to keep it all together in this bag from the Golden Familiars and just keep it kitted. So this is not going to go into the archive. All right, another one that I worked on was Frogwarts, the Year 1 sampler band by the Black Needle Society. My sister came over one day with her kids, and her daughter had just read Harry Potter book 1, so I watched that with her, and I ended up pulling out my Harry Potter sampler band to work on, and I think I just got a few stitches up here in the top. This one is being stitched on a 20 count Aida. The color is Lapis by Under the Sea Fabrics, and she dyed this for me because I originally started it with linen, and it's just a really big piece because all 7 bands are going to be here to try to count, so I switched it to Aida. And then I switched to something else, and I can't remember what I switched to. I probably switched to working on friendship bracelets for the rest of the movie. So didn't get very far on this one. But this one stays kitted, so that'll just be out for any time Harry Potter comes up. We can just grab it. And of course, it is the season that, you know, we end up watching it a lot. I don't know why in December, but... All right, another one that I'm actually really disappointed in myself. Like, I'm really disappointed is the Whimsy Witch's Angry House by Teresa Kogut. I thought for sure I was going to finish this, and just wasn't in the cards. So there she is, and this is being stitched on a 16 count Aida. The color is Minerva by Under the Sea Fabrics. And I ended up changing the colors to, I think these stars were black in the skirt, and then I think these was an orange jacket and an orange shirt, and I changed it to pink. Yeah, just didn't get this one finished, so this one will definitely get finished next year. I think I'm at like 70%. I'm not going to be doing the house because I don't really understand why the house is there, so I'm just gonna put like another star moon or something like that. And then I think I will probably put some blue in her hair since I had my hair dyed blue at one point. And then yeah, so she will get archived, and then she actually is getting archived with her own wrought iron from, I think it's General Arts thread, because I bought a second wrought iron, and the second that I bought had a lot of blue in it, and the original that I started with had no blue in it. So I put the wrought iron with no blue in here so that it just stays the same black, and then, you know, moving forward I'll use the wrought iron. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Let me get up close. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it's like this. Down here was all one color of wrought iron, and then like the top 4 rows are the new wrought iron, and it is like blue. Not enough to where I felt like I needed to take it out, because I think once it goes back to the like normal color black, I don't think it'll be super noticeable. I'll notice it, but not enough to change it. So yeah, so in that case, then I do just put the thread that will definitely be for this project in the bag so that it's ready to go for next year. And I do have the matching Teresa Kogut bag that it'll go with. All right, another fall whip that didn't get love this year was the Baba Yaga, the kit from Embroidery. This is being stitched on 28 count casual linen. The color is Properly Primitive by Under the Sea Fabrics. So I'm using the Embroidery threads that came in the kit, but not the fabric. I didn't like the fabric. This one just didn't get worked on. I actually, after the Eras tour and the election, just kind of, you know, it was a lot going on. Lost my mojo there for about a week. I tried to regain it thinking that this would be like a simple thing to get it back together, and I think I spent about 30 or 45 minutes trying to figure out where I was right there, and I couldn't figure it out, so I just ended up stopping. But yeah, so this will stay kitted and stay in the whip pile because I'll just pull this out anytime I want to work on it. I feel like a broken record here, but this is another one that I really thought that I was going to get more work done on, and this is the Baba Yaga that I Frankensteined. So I'll put a picture of what it's supposed to look like, and then the picture of how I'm kind of Frankensteining it together, and then this is where we're at right now. This is being stitched on a 36 count Opal linen. The color is Stonewashed by Under the Sea Fabrics. And I want to say I worked on the house and I think some of the flowers down here at the bottom. So yeah, Baba Yagas, they stay kitted. I'm not going to be putting them away, but they didn't get much love. I will show something that I got. All right, so these are brand new purchases, so they still have the stickers on them. I haven't processed them for my library yet. But this one is called Baba Yaga and Vasilisa the Brave. And I've been looking at this one on eBay for quite a while. And it's a library copy. Oh, it smells good. But it's got some beautiful pictures. And I was buying something else on eBay, and you know, they weren't even from the same seller, so it's not even like they were, you know, traveling together or anything like that. But I just went ahead and bought this, so I'm really glad to have it. And then I was at Goodwill and looking at books for my son because he's missing some Wimpy Kids books, so I'm always on the lookout for that. And I just happened to see this one. This one is called Babushka Baba Yaga, and it still has the Goodwill sticker on it, which I'm hoping is going to be easy to take off, but yeah. So they will, once I get the sticker off and get them all cleaned up, then they'll go on the Baba Yaga shelf up there. And then the last non-Taylor Swift whip is the Scary Sampler. Uh-oh. Oh, one of my ribbons is coming apart. All right. So here is the Scary Sampler. This is by Heartstring Samplery. And let's see, I can't remember if I got very far on this. I put about 900 stitches, so that's not bad. I can't remember exactly where I was working. I think I want to say I did a bunch of fill-in. I was hanging out with friends and did fill-in because then I didn't have to think about it too much. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this kitted in the whip pile. But if it gets to like January, February, and I look at it and I'm just like, I'm definitely not going to stitch this during the spring or summer, then I'll put it away. But for now, I'm just going to leave it kitted. So I do have one more whip, and well, I'll just show it right now. And then I'll circle back to it when I talk about Taylor Swift. So for the sake of the like showing off the whips, I'm going to show my Taylor Swift whip, and then I'll circle back to it at the end and talk more about all the color combinations and how I'm doing it and everything like that. So this is being kept in my Taylor Swift bag by Whip It Up. And I am also Frankensteining this pattern together, but it is being based on Crowns of the Kingdom by Rosewood Manor. So what I've done is basically just chosen some crowns from in here, and then for each era of the Eras tour, I'm stitching a crown in that era's kind of color scheme. So they'll go around, and then I'll have a quote in it that says, you should calm down. We've all got crowns. You need to calm down. We've all got crowns. I'm blanking right now. Anyway, so this is where I'm at right now, and this is being stitched on a 32 count Jobelin. The color is Iris by Under the Sea Fabrics. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. So for those of you that just like to see whips, you don't have to listen to, you know, me talk about it forever. So I right now am going to show what I've been working on with my felt applique, and then I'm going to do kind of a quick haul, or like what I've purchased lately. I had several fabrics of the month come in, and then I'll circle back to talk about Taylor and explain more about what I'm doing here and how I got it all set up, and talk about my bracelets. So if you were just here for the whips, thanks for watching. All right, so let's go into Flosstube. Also, if you are my husband or my kids, please turn this off. And if you know my husband or kids, please don't tell them what I'm working on. So far, it's still a surprise. All right, so I've been working on these. So this one is for my son, and this is where we're at now. So he is almost done, and everybody's always making fun of me for touching Santa's butt, but for some reason, I don't know if the stuffing keeps like moving, but I've already cut it open and restuffed it, but he's always seeming to have a flat butt. But anyway, so he's got his little hat and he's got his hands. So down here, I'm missing the teddy bear and a present. I have half the teddy bear done, and the present is almost totally done. And then there's a poinsettia that's already done that goes up here, and then embroider the name, and then there's like sequins in the sky. And then this one is done. Almost. So I think they're so cute. Then the next one, this one is for my daughter. And here is where we're at. So we have the fireplace done. And I just dropped it, but we also have the tree. The tree is done. I just need to attach it to the stocking. So that's kind of the big stuff here on this one. I did the tree all wrong, so I ended up having to do it twice. So that was kind of a pain, but yeah, so that one is looking really good. And then most of the pieces are ready to go for that one. So what I've been doing, because I'm trying to keep it a secret, so I'm trying not like to have it all out at the same time. So I just have like these little baggies with whatever status they are. So like I have a baggie of all the things that have the sequins on them and are ready to go, or like don't have any sequins at all. So these are the ones that are ready to get appliqued. And then I have a baggie of ones that still need work. So these are ones that need sequins or they need embroidery. And I have taken a Sharpie and written the numbers on the backs of each piece, so even though they're all cut out, I still am able to know where they go in the piece. So like you can see, like this one is number 73, and it has white sequins, but it still needs red sequins. So then, like my kids know, and my husband, they know I'm working on something. They know it's like sequins and stuff, but I'm just working from this bag instead of the whole thing. So, and then this one I am hoping to, I haven't started drawing it yet. Where is the stocking? This is the thing with them, they all just kind of get lost. Oh, here it is. So I'm hoping to change this dog to Jack and the cat to Sally, and then I probably just like won't put the mouse. But I haven't gotten that far yet. So that is the second one. So that one's like maybe a third, maybe halfway. Then this one is for my husband. That one is still pretty much in the totally in baggies. So it's cut up. I've started him doing some of the embroidery, but it still has a long way to go, which is why I'm probably not going to have anything to work on for November, just because these are much further behind than I had hoped they would be by now. And then mine, this one is mine. And that one, the pieces are cut and it's all in the bag. But I haven't even started embroidering or sequins or anything like that. So that is the status of my stockings. I'm hoping to get them all done. Something that was really cool was I saw several older pieces, I guess vintage, here lately. So I went to a Goodwill. I'll see if I can put a picture in of the one that I found at Goodwill. So at Goodwill, this last time I went, they probably had 5 or 6 of these stockings that were handmade. I ended up getting one of them. I thought it was really cute because it was like a crafty one, and then they had attached a couple other items. So I did get that one just in case I don't get to my stocking, then I'll just use that one. And then I went to an estate sale, and my mom and I were going through the stuff in the Christmas room, and this woman came and she was like, hey, I'm just looking for this one thing. And we were like, okay, what is the one thing you're looking for? And she was like, oh, well, you know those like stuffed felt with the sequins? I'm looking for any packages of that. And I said, oh yeah, no, we haven't seen any of that. And she was like, well, you know, you sew on the sequins. And like, she thought I didn't know what she was talking about. I was like, no, I actually know exactly what you're talking about because I'm making a whole bunch of them. I said, I've gone through every room in that house and I haven't seen any packages. I said, she definitely did it because I did find like some loose sequins, like the extras from the packages, but there were no like full kits in that house. So that was really funny that this woman like randomly asked me if I had seen any of it. And then we went to an antique store and I found this. So I found this kit and it was $1 because I guess, you know, it's incomplete, so they didn't think anybody would want it. So this is a Bucilla Christmas heirloom. It's called Jeweled Stitchery Door Chime. And I don't know when this came out, but I mean, it looks like it's got to be a while ago, the style. Maybe I'll look it up and I'll put it. So, and then it was just this big Ziploc bag, and I was like, well, for $1, if all the pieces aren't there, I'm sure I can like figure it out. So the person had started it, whoever made it had started it. So this is where we're at right now. And there's even needles there on the side. I should probably throw those away. But yeah, and then I kind of glanced through and it looked like all the pieces are here because, I mean, there's even the sequins. There's even the wooden dowel for pushing in the stuffing. So I found like Santa's head and Santa's body. So I think it probably is complete or complete enough. And anyway, it was just $1, so I thought that would be kind of a fun craft to finish up. All right, I think that is all the felt applique that I have for right now. All right, so I found a pile of my fabrics of the month. I guess I hadn't shown some of them, so I am just going to show them now. So right now I get 25 count Lugana as the fabric of the month from Under the Sea Fabrics, but I think I might, she said that she was going to start doing 20 count Opal Aida, and so I might switch to that for a little bit. But so this one is called Uranus, and it was the, I want to say May fabric of the month, so it's like blue with some like gray modeling. Really pretty. So that was May. This one I think is June. So again, this is a 25 count Opal Lugana. This color is Danu. So it's got like a green and a gray, maybe some blue. So that one was really pretty. And then the July color was it's from Wicked Elphaba, and then the August was Bullfrog from a toad that they found in their outside the door of their store, and I'm just not super into green, so I didn't get either of those. And then this one is called Freyr, F-R-E-Y-R, Freyr, again a 25 count Opal Lugana, and I want to say this is the September fabric of the month. So it's kind of yellow and like pinky orange. That one is also really pretty. And then I had a couple patterns come in. So I think these are 8 and 9 of the Wisteria Lane series. So this one is the Potting House from Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. So I have the whole set now. And then this one is the Garden House. So that is all of the Wisteria set. And then I got the Fabulous House series by Cottage Garden Samplings, the Haunted House. And then Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics was working on this, the Halloween Quaker from Primrose Cottage. She was doing 2 different sizes of it, and it was so cute. I had really hoped that I would work on this for Halloween and didn't get to it, but I definitely want to do it next year. And then when I was at the store Thursday, we were talking about how cute the Halloween one was, and she said the cocoa ones were also really cute, and so she brought them out, and so then I got them. So this is the Cocoa Quaker from Primrose Cottage, and then the Cocoa Quilt from Primrose Cottage. So those were really cute. And then my friend Kat was there, and she asked what turkey, also hi Kat, she asked what turkey I was going to be working on for Thanksgiving. And so I have the turkey that I had kitted up last year and then didn't get to, but it's a big one, and I know I'm not going to get that done. I have forgotten that there's a bunch of turkeys on the November mini. So then I thought I didn't have a turkey. Well, you know, then of course the girls were so nice to point out that there is a Quirky Quaker turkey. So I did go ahead and buy that pattern, and that'll be my like turkey for the year. So I did buy that, so the Quirky Quaker Turkey. And I haven't picked out what fabric I'm gonna stitch it on, but the called for threads are Brin and Nettle threads, which I haven't heard of and I don't have. So I did go ahead and just kit it up with DMCs, or not DMCs, with some fancy floss that kind of match the color scheme. I imagine I'm probably going to go with a beige, probably, but that will be decided probably after this video. So that is the Thanksgiving plans. I haven't picked out what I'm working on for Christmas, so that will be a big surprise when you see the next video. I might do another like stitch with me felting video. I know I already have like 5 hours of video from the first time, and of course I still have a lot more to go. But yeah, okay, now let's talk about Taylor Swift. So first I'm going to talk about the cross stitch in case you just don't want anything that's not crafting related, and then I'll talk about the bracelets and the show. So all right, so I will put the like inspiration pillow that I saw the crowns with the quote in the middle, and that inspired me of what I wanted to work on. And then I didn't like those crowns, so that's when I got the pattern, the Crowns of the Kingdom from Rosewood Manor. And so I picked out my crowns that I'm going to use, and then I spent probably way too much time looking up programs that you could like ghost the design and then draw over it to get the pattern so that I could kind of test out the colors. And I think I ended up using the Stitchly app on the iPad, and that has been working really well. So I have it kind of like charted with the colors that I've picked out, which I'll talk about in a second. But so when I was preparing for this, I originally had purchased this fabric. So this is Ursula, the color is Ursula, and it is a 28 count opal linen. And I believe these are painted by Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics, or dyed in a special way. So I originally thought that this would be perfect because, you know, it kind of like transitions, and so this would be really good to show, kind of like reinforce the transitions. And like when I think about the Eras Tour, I'm always thinking about that purple cupcake dress, and so I just thought this would be perfect. So I got this to work on, and then realized that then I would be stitching purple dresses on purple fabric, and I didn't want it to get lost. So I'm going to save this for possibly the Taylor Swift Sal, and if not, something else, because it's beautiful. But I was at the store and I just happened to be looking, and I found this fabric, and it is called Iris. So I got it in 32 count Jobelin. I would have wanted, I think, a 28 for it to be bigger, but which Leslie said she would die for me, but I ended up not taking her up on that offer just because I think it was fine. I'm trying to find my backer board, but it's lost. So anyway, yeah, I looked over at her wall and saw this, which, in case you're not familiar with the Eras Tour, so this is the little poster, and she comes out of the stage surrounded by like these like flowers billowing in these colors, and this was the fabric that Leslie just happened to have. So it was perfect. This piece has a little bit more orange, so this is not the piece I'm using. I couldn't believe how perfect it was. So where did I put that? No, here it is. So this is the piece that I'm using, and I think it's perfect. I'm so glad I saw that. So what I did to figure out what colors is I went through, I made like a mood board in OneNote, because I don't know, I like OneNote. So I made like a mood board, and I went and I grabbed pictures of each album, and then like the Pantone colors or whatever from the albums, pulled a couple of those, and then translated some of those into DMC colors. And then so then I had a list of DMC colors for each album that I wanted to make a crown to match. And then this, Leslie was laughing at me because I think I was at the store for like 4 or 5 hours doing this like a crazy person, and I said, I know that I'm making this incredibly complicated for like 30 stitches, because you know, these crowns are not that big, and I'm putting probably at least an hour worth of thought into each one of them. So she was laughing at me, but you know, it is what it is. So then after I pulled the DMCs for each album, then I went back through either my stash or at the store and found fancy flosses in case I wanted to variegate them. So I pulled all of the DMC and then matched up to fancy flosses. The vision for this was that I would be working on it on the airplane, in the hotel, and so like it would kind of be cemented in my brain as my memory for what I worked on while I was at the Eras tour. It didn't really work out because as you can imagine, so I think there were 70,000 people, 69,000 people each night at the show, and so every airplane there and back that I was on were trying to get people to take a later flight, check their luggage because they were all overbooked. So there just was not enough room to be stitching, and especially because this, like, I'm making it up as I go, so it's not even like, you know, something I could just quickly do. I'm constantly changing what color thread I want to use or taking it all back out, whatever. So I didn't end up getting very much done. I didn't work on it on the plane, and then the hotel had very bad lighting, and I didn't take a light with me. So I did get some done, and then I've since taken out a couple of the crowns to switch the colors out. So that's just going to be something that I'll work on here and there. So I have a ton of thread pulled. I'm not going to use it all, so I don't think I'm going to go through everything I pulled unless people are really interested. I'll just wait until I see what I actually use, and then I can show you then. All right, and then like I said, I made like 130 bracelets, so I only have a few left. I made the elastic ones, and I also made memory coil ones. Let me get a little backing thing. So mostly I made them, so this one is not a Taylor Swift one. This is just one I made at work. Let me take them off. So they were all like songs, and then like I used the mood board to kind of pick out the colors. So this one says Fortnite, so it's all like gray and white. This one says Eras Tour Indie Night 1, so it's just like a bunch of rainbow colors. Let me stand up. So this one says Enchanted, it's purple. And then Mastermind is black and white because of the like checker chessboard during the tour, and then orange. And then I made several that said 123 LGB for Let's Go B word that you yell at her during one of the songs. And then another Mastermind. So I will insert a picture of the pile of all of the bracelets that I took. And then I just had them like up and down my arms, and I would just go up to people at the concert, well, before the concert really, like when people were buying at the concession stands or whatever, and ask if they wanted to trade, if they had bracelets, and then we just ended up trading. And so like I said, I went with 110. I brought, I think, like 6 home, and I gave several away to people who didn't have bracelets, or staff at the hotel, or anything like that. So but I got 90 bracelets back, and they are so much fun. Some of them, let's see, I'm getting my poster board again. You know, some of them are pretty intricate. So this one is actually 2, and this one says crying at the gym. And then I would also, like, if they didn't know exactly what bracelet they wanted, like if they gave me a karma, then I would give them a karma. And then like some of them are, you know, pony beads, clearly made by kids. Just a huge variety and colors. And then I'm gonna make a shadow box with them. If you know, are super interested and want me to go through and show all of them, I can. But yeah, this one didn't even have like a Taylor Swift thing on it. It was just a bunch of beads. And then there was one, is this one it? No, there was one that was like tiny, like it fit the tiny girl's wrist, and then like it was basically a ring. But yeah, as I traded them, oh, here it is. So as I traded them, I just put them in my bracelet, in my purse, the ones that I got from other people, because I didn't want to trade them back out. I wanted to keep them to make a shadow box. So that's what I'm doing with that. And I'll show just real quick what I did with the memory wire, because a lot of people ask. So the memory wire, it's basically like a slinky. You just search for it on Amazon. And then it comes like a slinky, and then I just had metal scissors, the scissors that cut metal. And so I would kind of, get my board back. So I would kind of use the pliers to bend back one side of it so that then I could put all the beads on it. So this one's kind of like prepped. So then once I put the beads on it, then I would use the pliers to kind of fold in the other end. And I mean, it didn't look like super professional. So like they just kind of folded back around. And I tried to make sure that they weren't like, the ends weren't going to poke you. But yeah, then that just made it really easy. I think like overlapping about this much was perfect for adults and kids. And then it just made it really easy, because then when people wanted it, they could just pull it off instead of having to like fight taking it down over the rest of the bracelets. But yeah, that was really fun. I have a lot of beads and stuff left over, so I'm probably still going to make them. I know I'm still going to an Eras Tour Laser Light show in March, so I'll probably make some for that. And yeah, the show was amazing. That was incredible, and I felt like she knew I was there, and like she definitely loved me, because like I said, I'm gonna do the Taylor Swift or the Swiftie Sal. And it has, like there's a lot of patterns and stuff, but this one has one of each of her outfits for the different eras of the concert. And so I didn't want to start the sale because I want to stitch it in the colors that she wore for when I was there. So I was really excited to see what colors she was going to wear, because that's what colors I'm going to stitch, and like it was perfect. So I'll just put up pictures, but like, so the first outfit is not my favorite outfit. I prefer the pink and purple one, or the purpley one, but the gold and blue one is what she wore, and that one was really pretty. And then when I think of the Eras Tour, I think of the purple cupcake dress, and I was like, there's no chance. She's got 9 different dresses that she wears during that portion of the concert. Like, there's just no way that she's gonna wear the purple cupcake one. And then she came out in the purple cupcake one. That was amazing. And then, of course, the new gold one for Reputation. So for Folklore and Evermore, she wore a berry dress, which was like hot pink. Beautiful. I can't wait to stitch that. And then for 1989, she wore all pink set, which I don't know how many, she's got like 9 different outfits for that one, but she mixes and matches them almost all the time. She almost never wears a full set, and so she wore full set of pink. I couldn't believe it. And then, let's see, then for the surprise songs, she wore this pink and blue and purple, I think people are calling it like the koi fish dress. So this was a new dress and she wore it. It was beautiful. And then, of course, for Midnights, I mean, I like almost all the Midnights ones, so that was great, whatever. And yeah, so, and then I think she wore the multicolored jacket at the end. I can't remember. But, or maybe the blue one. But yeah, so the colors she wore the night I was there, I was just like dying that she wore those colors. Because then I watched it the next night just to kind of like glance and see if anything was going to happen, and I think she was wearing like yellow and green, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. And then I think the third night she wore a bunch of orange, which I would have liked. I like the orange outfits, but like the pinks are my favorite, of course. So that was awesome. I had a great time by myself. Took a lot of pictures, and yeah, so then, you know, back to reality. And right now we have all our Thanksgiving stuff up. I kind of want to put Christmas up. I used to be staunchly like, you cannot put Christmas up before Thanksgiving. But I kind of want to this year. But we're hosting Thanksgiving. But it's just us. I haven't decided yet. I just think November is going to fly. It's just gonna fly. So, and then we'll be in December, and then it'll be 2026. So anyway, you probably won't have another video like this from me unless I do the whip parade. I don't know when I'm gonna do that. But yeah, have a happy Thanksgiving, have a Merry Christmas, happy holidays, everything, end of the year, and I will see you next time. Bye.